Alright, I'm back with you. I was going to show you a few pieces I've been making for you that you're interested in looking at modern stuff, and I think it's cool either way. I went to a field and picked up some stuff probably a month ago now in the field where I found that discoidal, and the stuff I picked up I knew was going to be rough, but I made these few pieces. I'm going to get it close enough that you can see. A lot of this stuff has little bitty I don't know what they are, little fossilized things going on inside this rock. I'm trying to get it. Wish I could have done this outside, but it's dark. But anyway, I was just going to see how rough a material I could actually work, and every one of these has got major issues. You can see it's got all kinds of lines and little bitty swirly microscopic features about them. But all in all, there's one. There's another one I made today. Same material. I wouldn't have any clue what to call the stuff. It's just rough, I'll tell you that. Look at there. These done the same thing. They gouged out real deep on me. It's really unpredictable stuff. It's I guess where it's got so much junk inside it. Still makes a pretty point though. And here's I showed this in the Paleo Man, but I'll show it to you all. This is what you get into, some of it, when you can get past the crusty stuff on the outside. And I notched that up too high. I should have brought them notches on down on both sides, but I was anxious to get this one made. Check this out. Some of the material, if you get deep enough into it with a good sized piece, it makes a really pretty point. There's that one. That one turned out pretty good. And here's a lance point that I made. It's the same way. It's got that orange translucence about it. But it's got concrete and everything else in it. You can see it right there. And on this side as well. But believe it or not, you can see how the flaking went across that. Unbelievably well. I like that piece. Turned out really thin, for what you're working with. I think it's good to challenge yourself every now and then with some rough material. Before, I've been offered some good stuff, and I'm going to consent to that in due time. But if I can get something out of rough stuff with inclusions and concrete pockets and everything, then I feel better about going into something good. This piece right here, you can see the very tip of it's got that, if I can get it. You see all them little fossils in it. And then you get on into the rock, and you might find a little good in the middle. I know this is a weird looking point. You see it's got a crystal pocket right there. And the reason it's this way, it's 5 inches long. Got a nice hardened base on it. Fairly thin. It does have a curve in it. But this thing was probably that wide as a biface. I kept working and working with it, and here's the reason it's so narrow. You can see that crystal inclusion right there. Well, that thing, I kept trying to attack it from that side, and then I'd try to attack it from that side, and I just kept chasing it back and forth, and I ain't kidding you, that thing was standing that much higher than the rest of the point. And I thought, you coming off of there, I'm going to break you, or I'm going to make a drill out of you, or a spear, or something. And finally got it to where I could undercut it, and that thing peeled off of there, and that was about the last lick I made on, well, about before I notched it. That's a 5-inch piece right there. I know it's narrow and slender, but all in all, that'd get the job done for sure. And there's one more piece I want to show you. I went today to a field that I hadn't hunted in a long time, and I never have found a whole lot there. But I've picked up some material, and I've picked up material there before, and it's really, really unpredictable stuff. But I ended up with this sweet little point right here out of it. And don't ask me what kind of material it is. I think, looking at the colors and stuff that's in it, I think it's possibly along the lines of Fort Payne shirt. And it flakes good. Of course, you can tell I got a stack. It dipped in me right there. And this side's white, nearly. But that ended up being a pretty sweet little point right there. I like them corner notches and side notches. They turned out thin. And actually, this is half the rock. The rock was about 3/4 of an inch thick, square, about 4 inches by 4 inches square, and I started working on it, and when I did, that thing split half in two, so I ended up with two pieces about 3/8 of an inch thick, and I managed to get this one out of half of it, so I still got the other half left. It had a line in it that broke, but I believe that is Fort Payne. I don't think it's Dover, but it's got some blue in it. You can more see it on this side. Anyway, right in there's some blue. Anyway, I thought I'd show you these few pieces I've been working on in my random spare time, which is not very much. Been doing a lot of work here lately. Still got a lot to do. Don't know how much digging I'll get to do this year. Last year I wasn't so busy come fall of the year, and I was able to do quite a bit of digging last year, but this year's looking different. Had a lot of rain early on this year, and it made it pushed all my work down in one end of the year. Which one of these is not like the other? I'll talk to y'all later. Appreciate you watching.